So a question I'm frequently getting nowadays is, can you use YouTube ads to promote crypto or Web3 or blockchain or NFT projects? So in this video, we're going to answer that. But before we do, make sure to smash that like button, maybe even subscribe so you get my videos before the competition. So Google is a little vague about advertising crypto projects, right? So if we look at what they say, you are allowed to promote businesses that are not pertaining to the purchase, holding, exchange of cryptocurrencies. So for example, businesses that accept cryptocurrency payments, cryptocurrency mining hardware is allowed, tax and legal services are allowed, and that's a big one, especially considering how complicated NFTs are making people's tax returns. Platforms that rely on blockchain for operations and do not market or sell cryptocurrencies or tokens. So there are a lot of projects that don't have tokens, but they are involved in the crypto world. And then educational materials. Now, if you are licensed, you can also advertise cryptocurrency exchanges and wallets. So for example, if you're licensed by the local authorities in whatever country you're advertising in, you can advertise cryptocurrency exchanges. So if you meet the requirements, you can apply for certification with Google Ads for that. And then you'll have to do a separate application for each country you want to advertise in. Now, what's not allowed? You're not allowed to run ads for ICOs, DeFi trading protocols, cryptocurrency loans, DEX offerings, token liquidity pools, unhosted software wallets, and unregulated dApps, right? So essentially, tokens and DeFi, ICOs especially, anything to do with ICOs is pretty much no-go in Google's eyes, and DeFi as well. Now, they also don't like cryptocurrency trading signals, cryptocurrency investment advice, aggregators or affiliate sites, and essentially anything that pertains to be either trading signals or investment advice. The gist of this is certain projects are good as long as they're run in a clear manner. They don't use words that could be potential triggers. So for example, I would advise not using wording on your landing page that's investment advice or crypto trading signals or ICOs. Now, NFTs are in a gray area, right? So I've seen NFT ads done in a safe way. They can totally be run. I wouldn't basically be trying to sell an NFT right on the landing page because I think that could lead to potential issues. I've seen ads do that, right? However, to be on the safe side, I think it's better if you're doing any kind of crypto project is to get them into a landing page, get them some sort of free resource or some sort of video, and then through the email list or through Discord, that's where you can start selling them. Now, same thing with crypto infrastructure projects, right? Even if you're going to do an ICO in the future, even if you do have a token, don't mention that on the landing page because Google does not like token sales. As long as the landing page is compliant, I think you can sell through email quite easily. Even if you have a plan for an ICO in the future, again, like I said, build that email list, build that community, use YouTube ads to do that, and then after the fact, you can do it. However, on your landing page, don't mention your ICO, don't mention that you can buy a token, don't mention you have a token. I think that's one of the keys to ensuring you don't get into trouble with Google Ads policies. Now let's look at some actual examples, right? So if we look here, we actually see a video ad for the Sandbox game. Honestly, this is kind of a crappy ad in my opinion. It's not that great. There's no voiceover. They're just throwing a bunch of money at it. However, if you look at the landing page, so they have an email opt-in here, makes sense. They have a game maker, so they're trying to get developers onto this, I guess. So they're essentially building their email list here. And they're talking about how you can build games and so on, and getting people involved in the platform. And then they have a video here. You can download the Sandbox as well. Over here, they have their NFTs. So I think it's all right to mention the NFT. That's not too big of a deal. I think this is where things can get a little sketchy, where you're telling them about land and becoming a landowner. Again, it doesn't seem like they have a direct link to buy land, so it's all right. So that's probably why they haven't been, had run into issues with Google. But over here, they mentioned their utility token. Again, this is a little sketchy, right? What I would have done is literally just focused on this part right here, and then on the thank you page, actually created a video that explains the ecosystem, the NFTs, and basically the token much more, right? Versus putting it on the landing page, where, in my opinion, if there was a manual review and they saw this, they may consider this as them trying to sell a token. Even though they're not, it's still a little bit borderline. Now, another video I found over here. So this is basically a video from Raul Paul, and he's running an ad about NFTs, and the landing page goes here, and there's a 1-week free crash course, right? Which is basically an introduction to NFTs. So this, in my opinion, is completely fine because this is an educational resource. There's no investment advice here. They're not talking about investing. This is literally a free NFT course, right? And then obviously they do have products here, right? Real Vision, what they do is they sell a monthly subscription to information, right? And their information is essentially kind of like investment advice. Now, if you go over here, this is another ad I found. Now, this is pure direct response, aggressive. So this is a direct response kind of ad that he's essentially taking them to a VSL landing page. So this is aggressive, right? Again, I think yield farming is something that Google hasn't caught on to. This is DeFi protocol education, right? In this case, this is pretty aggressive, and copy and paste is strange yield farming strategy. This could be investment advice right here. So the only thing I would have done differently is maybe not mention crypto in here. And I think yield farming is a term that's not triggering those kind of, manual reviews. However, it goes to show that you can get away with things with this, especially if you avoid using terms that are kind of like investment advice, etc. But yeah, this technically isn't compliant because it's pretty much investment advice, but then it's also educational resources. So it's a lot of vagueness right now about this. And in my opinion, the vagueness means that you should try to run ads. And if you get rejected, if you get basically your ads disapproved, that's okay, but it's better to try and run an ad than to not run an ad. So as you can clearly see, you can run crypto related offers, you can run NFT related offers. What all these landing pages have in common is they kind of don't use investment advice, they don't sell ICOs directly, they kind of stay clear of the blatant violations and they stay in the gray area. And also these videos are more focused on NFTs and yield farming. They kind of avoid using terms like DeFi or using terms like, let's say, ICOs or token sales, etc., which are clearly not approved by Google. So guys, if you are a crypto project, if you are a Web3 project and you're trying to use YouTube ads, or if you're trying to find a new source of customer acquisition, book a call below. There'll be a link to our agency landing page where you can book a call with me. Basically, it's with my team, but I'll personally jump on the call for any Web3 and NFT related projects because I do want to really get into the space and I've been very involved in the space. So if you are in that world, you want to do some marketing for your NFT or your crypto game or for your Web3 project, make sure to go click that link.